Look at me. I am the commander now. Welcome back to an African Crypto Warlord XRP analysis. I think the last time we did this was about 5 months ago. So I have been lucky enough to enter into an XRP at I think about 50 cents or something. Let me just go have a look. Somewhere here on the 7th, I'll do 12 hour. What's that? 52 odd cents, roundabout somewhere in here. Okay. We will be doing an analysis on XRP. We'll start on the higher term timeframes and we'll break it down. All right. A lot of people getting quite bullish on XRP at the current moment. Obviously, it's quite easy to be bullish, but there are a few things that I would recommend you have a watch for. Okay. So let's just minimize that screen in case we have to do the whole analysis like that. Somewhere about there should be good. Okay, so what can we see? We're going to start on the 90-day and we will carry on moving on from there. 90-day is looking pretty good. We don't really have that many volatility readings. 90-day is saying expansion and volatility positively correlated. Why are there ants on me? Then we have no volatility readings here, but we can see we're getting trapped on the top right within the reverse wave tendies. We've got a mean reversion, and on the 90-day, this comes like once every 14 months. So quite a good signal to have to be generated from here. That is looking to mean revert through to the upside. This is looking to also mean revert to the upside. I would say if it can hold above 56.37 on the 90-day, these do have the opportunity to carry on pushing. We do have the volatility backing it, which is quite a nice signal. So this is a signal that will be here for about 12 to 24 days from this. ALR is pointing up. These guys didn't flash blue, so there's a little bit of noise to be had over here. Obviously, breakout range comes from 60, just call it 66 cents, 65 cents, 65 and a half cents. Is the other reverse wave tendy here, and if we can clear that, we are into $8.03. Okay, there's quite a bit of legs to be had over here. We will go looking on the lower term time frames to see if there is anything that's going to deny that. Okay, here is the 45-day. 45-day mean reverted through some nice big candles. As you can see here, though, getting caught up at our ultimate power mean and the other side of our reverse wave tendy. What you guys will start to see is there's a little trappity Mac trap that it has to clear over here on these lower term time frames when these reverse wave tendies do break through. So it needs to pretty much close above reverse wave tendy, hold its price, and it'll be allowed to push through. These are long-term time frame signals. So this is pretty good. Obviously, XRP can pump and dump as it likes, but given that that 90-day signal is shooting something off, I'm quite interested here. Let's see. Oh, you had to delete yourself, didn't you? All right. We don't have any volatility signatures there. Here we have some volatility signatures. This is actually in sneaky pump mode. If it was to fail sneaky pump mode on the 21-day in the next 15 days or on the next print, if it doesn't hold above here at 57.777, bang, 57.77, I'd be looking for a retest at, just call it 50 cents when the zone of liquidity pulls through here. Sort of trying to break the rules here on the RO as that's quite overextended, but if it can hold above this orange line, that will stop the RO from having diminishing returns to the downside. This is a little bit sideways here for the next 15 days and 12 hours. Given that this thing is in sneaky pump mode, I would be guessing it's going to try and hold itself at least above 57.67. ALR is pushing through. What do we got here? We have the 14 days. So the 14 days is about the first bearish signal I have seen. It has about another 8 days and 12 hours to print. The reason why XRP hasn't been able to break these previous highs is because we're getting conflicting signals, which isn't a bad thing if you know your workflow and you know the tools you're using. All right, we've got bullish posturing on the momentum indicators, but we have dump mode pretty much being triggered here on the volatility indicators in a trend. Obviously here we can see that the momentum indicators have won the game, but they will only keep on winning the game if they can keep it above that little orange line here at 58 cents, pretty much on the dot. What would I be expecting in the next 8 days and 12 hours? If these guys are to remain bullish, which they do look like they are, I would expect a contraction in volatility and PC to be negatively correlated, which would mean the next best phase for XRP would to have a whole bunch of small candles up if volatility starts contracting from here. So that could push us back up into about 60 cents. All right. Now we will move to the 7-day Laplace distribution cone. One on the left is pretty cool. This is more for a far out observation. Let's see what's happened here. That's your means, your orange line. So I'm guessing we broke up first, closed down to the pink, tries to bounce the pink, fails, comes into the blues, close enough over here on the blues. Long story short, if it touches these blues, it wants to go touch those blues. As we can see, that's happened. Failed those blues. Healthy market would dictate that it wants to hold above the pink. It tried to hold above this pink here, which is a sign of bullish continuation. It failed that on the next candle and pretty much whacked everyone in between. So the fact that it at least came down here and held its structure and bounced off of this pink line or this pink area here and tried to push itself up, pretty good. And then is coming again back in to try and hold itself above the 7-day Laplace distribution cone without skew on those pinks. Let's go have a looky here on this one. So that is again in sneaky pump mode on the 7-day. What can we see? Similar effect is opened up, everyone gets wicked and into these blues. Long story short, we know we're going to travel to those blues. Came in, busted through in this pink region again, was able to hold its structure, came up, hit those blues, hit this pink perfectly, and you're going to look for continuation. If it starts pushing above 59.11 and he closes below 59.11, I would be looking for about here, 55, just call it 56 cents. Start failing 56 cents, I would look for 50 cents, furthermore back down to the mean of 45 cents. And if it was to get uber bearish, obviously it's hit those blues. So once I come down and touch these blues at about 32 cents 54, that's on the weekly. Any closes above here, we would technically look, because this is quite a bullish posturing, to the top side of the cone at about 82 cents. Okay. Then we will go to the 5-day cone. 5-day cone was pretty good. Both opened up and pushed up into the blues, both sides, came down. Let's lift that up. Came down, hit these blues. As we know, it's going to travel for those blues. We're holding above this blue region here, statistically significant probability level, and it's going to try push for 66 cents if it can get itself out of a little bit of a McTrappy trap. So when these two orange lines cross, I know that there's liquidity here, all right? So if it starts failing below 83 cents, I do technically look for a mean reversion back down to the downside at about 55 cents. Yeah, 55 cents and a half. Failed that, back to the mean down here at 45 cents. This one's in negative skew. They're both in negative skew. Meh. It's in pump mode here. It's catching a trend. The only time this trend is going to continue is obviously if it starts closing above 58, 60-ish cents. Pretty much where we're at. This, the candle's green. Okay, well, the trend isn't going to continue if it's not closing above, 58, 60 cents. So we can all see that. Current price is 58, 53. Okay. Pump mode is on. DLP is mean reverting. RO is mean reverting with a off hidden drive of bull, failed, and into a bullish drive over here. Regular bull div. Pretty healthy. Looks pretty good. All right. Let's see. 3-day is matching up with these higher term timeframes with regards to pumps. The only thing I'd be looking out here for is technically that close above 58. Now here is 58.80 cents. Start closing above there. The next candle has to be about half the size in order to trigger this 3-day into pump mode. That's in about 11 hours. So Sunday, there needs to be a lot of big action in order to push this thing through, at least into Monday. Okay, it has to be about half the size. So what's that? That's 53. So it's about a 3.5 cent move, so that it needs to get about 61.5 cents. Okay, that will carry on pushing that up. The most important cone for me right now would be the Laplace distribution probability cone set on the 24-hour, as I find this one is hitting quite nicely. All right, you'll see here, just remember these for both sides. So we super zoom in, came up, hit the blues, bang, comes in, tries to chase these blues, starts basing itself off this blue, comes up, hits the pink. What do we know? Pink to pink is the range. Was the range, started to fail the positive skew in this cone and smashed it back down to these blues. Outlier on the blue caught. Comes up, doesn't touch the pink, so rest of the market must have been quite bearish. And over here we can see it's trying to again form a dirty structure on this blue. Now it's blue to blues, those are the rules, right? Only time you're going to get to the top side of that blue is if you hold above 56.76. Hold above there, you have an opportunity to start hitting 62 cents 30. Furthermore, because this is in positive skew, if it has a decent bullish signal above this mean, this could be quite a big candle to the upside. The inverse of that would be if these two light blue lines are below the mean. If it fails the mean, it's going to be quite a big candle to the downside. All right, blue to blue would pretty much put you at $1.20. As we've already said, we already pulled out about this 81 cent, 82 cent mark on the other higher term time frames. So I'd be looking for this region here as a point of interest. Furthermore, I'll just keep it tidy at 62.56. And where's the top side of this cone? It hasn't hit the bottom side of this cone, so we'll take -1. That's $1.40. Okay, that's quite a big move, given that the 90-day is actually looking quite good, I think. Yep, 90 days looking good, 45 days looking good. This is pretty much a make or break time for XRP, 21-day sneaky pump. 14-day is technically in a dump mode. We are looking for this thing to change into positive skew, given that there's those other high term time frames. This is the 7-day, which we were on, I think, yes. No, 7-day. That's sneaky pump. That's mean reverting through. All right. What's this here? That is pump mode on the 5-day. 5-day cone, similar effect. That's your trap. You need to get above your trap, and you get into 60 cents. And I think that's your 66 cents. That's your 67 cents. Any failures below 60 cents, I would look for downside. 3-day is in the same trap as those other high time frames. As we said, it has to go up 1.5 as to carry on with this mean reversion play. Back to the 24-hour. That's cool. Let's see what posturing it's currently in. It is in a trend to the upside, getting capped by a reverse wave trend. Okay, on this cone, this is cone with positive skew, and I should actually just turn all those things off for you guys. It might be blinding you. I'll turn this ultimate timing off. All right, pretty good. Obviously, we can see here 59.23 needs to clear up, and we have a mean reversion phase here at 70. Just call it by the time it can get there at about 71.5 cents. Furthermore, you can see that we have these 81 cent target being pulled up again. We didn't really touch that outside blue, so if we do catch the mean reversion through under this positive skew, if it touched those blue lines, it wants to go touch these blue lines. Again, they're matching up the 24-hour cones, about 7 cents shy here at $1.30 and $1.70. All right, we'll go -1, $1.60. Now that's only really going to come if it can pretty much hold this range from 44 cents, 45 cents, which it's been holding for like the last 7 years. Yes, we know. But 65 cents. I would look for a decent breakout, at least into 72 cents. And then those higher term time frames really need to put in the work as to keep it above 71 cents and a half. If we can do that, it's good news. What's this? This is the 12-hour. 12-hour is actually looking for a little bit more bear to the downside. What's our bearish target to the downside here? We'll turn off these reverse wave tendies. Over here is 56.77, untouched daily VRE mean. You'll see them as we start to zoom in. What's up here is another untouched daily VRE mean. Bang, which is 60.5 cents, right? So we're sort of stuck in between. Where's this untouched one here at 56 cents and 60 cents. All right, either one of them are going to be hit. If this 12-hour is strong enough, I do look for the daily mean reversion back down to the downside. And there is another untouched daily mean down here at 53. All right, will I be there again? Yes, I will. Okay, so if this 12-hour starts to get legs, that's about my outlier for the 12-hour to the downside. It's still got some good stuff to go through. 12-hour max I'm going to look for is about 53.33. Immediate target for this weekend, I'd be looking at about 56.76. As we start failing this red line here, that will help push this hidden bear div through. All right, what can we see here? 6 hour. 6 hour is losing its trend. It was in dump mode, but as this PC starts to cross through this, if the little white line crosses through anytime soon in the next 5 hours, there starts to be range bound, and that actually, because it's range bound, will allow for a mean reversion off of a hidden bull div. All right, so this is quite a pivotal moment here. Do I think that it would want to go up and touch 60 cents, 33? Yes. I don't know if it would be this weekend. If it can hold above, okay, so that would print about, if it can hold above 58.32 for the next 12 hours, sure. And then that will confirm the 3-day, which also prints in whatever it is, 8 hours time from now or something, 12 hours time from now. Okay. ALRs are down. It's looking to try and push itself into a pump mode. Let's go see what these low-term timeframes are saying. A little bit squirrely here. 3 hour is saying now we've triggered dump mode, so you start closing below here. We do look for a retreat back to the daily VRE, which is now quantifying itself with an ultimate power mean. And in about 12 hours, it will be, to 3 hour, it will be, or call it 6, it will also quantify the other side of the reverse wave tendy. So is a sweet spot here. Obviously start failing that, you're back into your monthly VRE mean. Start failing that, we're back into this sneaky 53.31. Okay, we do know XRP likes to go up and down quite a lot. 90 minutes starting to back these intraday time frames. So it's the intraday time frames that I'd be looking at is anything from 6 hour, 3 hour, 90 minute, 45 minute, and 15 minute. Okay, so there are some scalps to be had here. This has moved itself into negative drift, which is pretty good, but it's got a drive of hidden bear. So that is a continuation signal to the downside. Initially, if it can hold above 58 cents, around about here, 57.97, there might be some more continuation tomorrow for Sunday. But my only problem is that there's these untouched daily VRE means. All right, some people can consider them swept. I'm pixel perfect. I've watched it enough times, and I'm not going to let it go. So that's how I would trade that. If there's any failures here, I would be looking to DCA the bag in at about 56.77. If it fails that, then I can always sell again and DCA down here in this region at 54.70 to 53.28. 45 minutes, mean reverting down, negative drift, not looking too good, at least on the US dollar pair. Now we've got some bulls here on these lower term time frames, which is quite interesting because usually XRP just gives up. All right, 15 minutes, not that it's going to make a difference by the time it's uploaded, but you can see that it is trying its best in order to hold above this line. So if it does hold above this line, we already have that 62 target, which I don't think we'll see here. 61, 62 target. Hold above there, sweep that boy, and any sign of bearishness, I am scalping short. Okay, here, same thing, a little bit of expansion mode helping that 15-minute push through. These candles are going to have to be pretty big in order to start turning around and fighting against this 90-minute. Okay, let's go have a look at XRP BTC. So a lot of people who trade alts, this was my lesson here. I could have afforded 2 whole Bitcoin with my barbershop sweeping floor salary if I knew how to read this shit. So long story short, XRP had a little bit of a pump whilst Bitcoin was dumping in USDT terms, and Bitcoin started to lose strength against XRP, and it's my one XRP equals 981 sats. Okay, so it went from 672 sats all the way up to, what's that, 22,200 sats. That would have cost me the cheapest Bitcoins I could have ever bought in my life. That would have been 2 Bitcoin down here, which in today's money, what's that? Just call Bitcoin 60 grand, it'd be 120 grand, which is a shitload of money. Okay, so yeah, we've got 90 day. 90 day is mean reverting through, so there is someone trying to swap their Bitcoin into XRP. Let's go have a look at the 45 day. Hopefully, oh, that's a 45 minute, 45 day. Let's see what's happening here. 45 day mean reverting up. It's also looking like the USD chart. That's been ground out for quite a while. Finally popped off. ALR isn't keeping its higher returns. Not so good. There is a point of liquidity building here at 1609. So a lot of guys don't understand that when you have your XRP USDT pair going up, and then you have your XRP BTC pair going up, it allows the coin to break whatever structure it's in. All right, let's say it's bullish. It allows it to break that range. So Bitcoin can go down the hill, but XRP can push significantly through. All right, now this goes with any altcoin. There, 21 day. Load, 21 day, looking a little bit sad. So at that rate for the next 15 days, unless these lower term time frames start, let's say anything below the 21 days starts to look bullish from here, I'm going to suggest XRP goes sideways, and if it goes sideways, we know it's going to fall. So back down to those 53-cent targets that I pulled up and that other untouched daily mean for today. Then we have the 14-day. 14-day, that's pretty good. That is pretty good, but that's a little, not mixed signals. Okay, RO bots are getting hammered here. All right, DLP bot is technically winning. We have positive drift, so that's a whole bunch of small candles up. It's only going to break through this, obviously, if it clears that previous candle at 1,000 sats 25. Hold above there, back into 1,300 and a half sats. Okay, 14 days, 7 day. Come on, come on. So, okay, not too bad, not too bad. I don't like that 21 day looking a little bit bearish. So this looks like it's just going to be, I don't know if it looks like it's 2 icebergs either side. So obviously an iceberg is something that builds price action like this. All right, like very structured moves, very hard to get into, but when they do break, they break hard. Okay. 14 day only gets this if it can close above, 14 day only gets this hidden bullish drive if it can carry on closing above -1 sat, I'm guessing. Yeah, 980. Cool. Next print should print up. Then because these volatility tools here on the 7 day, this is volatility contracting, whilst these guys are negatively correlated, the next best move for this would be an expansion of volatility and PC to trigger positive, which technically pushes it into pump mode. This I would give about 18 days in order to play out. Let's just go 5 day, and then we'll do 3 day. 5 day, mean reverting up, same like the USDT pair, same like the USDT pair. Range bound here, sideways. Not so good. 1,800 and a half sats, you could say, if it was to break out of this reverse wave tendy here. Fails this reverse wave tendy, though, I'd be looking at about 840 sats. What's this, the 5 day? We'll do the 3 day. Okay, and we'll leave it off at the 1 day. All right, expansion mode, obviously just got its ass handed to it, trying to break through here, but hold above pretty much the same target from the 3 day, 900 sats 75. Look for continuation to the upside. That target is 16.5, at least on the 3 day, 24 hour. Cool story. That is an expansion mode. Losing its legs here though. Let's have a look. You see a little bit overextended. Let me throw this other reverse wave tendy on. Where is that? So in order for this RO over here and this what do we call these things again? I'm just going to say significant point in the data. It needs to hold above 982 sats to keep that to keep these returns from diminishing. And if it does do that, this thing's going to have to be about half the size. So how many sats is that? 947. So it's going to have to move about to 1,020 sats in order to keep this bullish posturing going. We'll do the 12-hour. This might actually help out here. See if the 12-hour is also bearish. Like the USDT pair, it is. All right, so there could be some serious failure if XRP fails to hold those levels. All right, so that's about as good as we need to do. Whilst we're here, let's just go have a look at USDT dominance. How that would work is, a crypto cap, it's not really going to work. The more bearish USDT dominance is technically telling you that people are moving into cryptos. Well, USDT is a crypto, but they're moving into shitcoins or bitcoins. Okay, pretty good. Let's see what this 21-day is saying. So this Saturday might be a little bit choppy here. 21-day is going down. That backs our ADA analysis. It's a little bit sideways. That's actually sneaky dump mode. Where would I look for this thing to retreat to? About 44.72%. We get here. Maybe this bull run for Bitcoin is over. All right, initial target here to fuck with everyone would be if it can hold above 50, if it can hold above 5.68%. You hold above there, that doesn't allow mean reversion, that doesn't allow mean reversion. Okay, so we'll just leave it off at that. And let's just go back to that 24-hour, the 24-hour Laplace distribution cone for XRP. And we'll leave it off there. All right. Long story short, you got to break out here at 59 cents. USDT pair is pretty much pointing down for now. So I would be expecting another drive to the upside here, at least into its mean at 62, which you can see has played quite a significant role in the mean and this pink line have played quite a significant role in the last month, 2 months. Cool. If you found this information helpful, please do like and subscribe. Oh wait, before we say that, start failing here. That will allow this arrow to push down. And that will confirm this level here is that little white line. All right. If you found this information helpful, please do like and subscribe. I am the new XRP commander now. And if you guys would like access to these tools, you can see the links below. There's alpha trading tools. This is the pro package. We have some free tools. We have about 4 free tools. We have a direction predictor. We have the ALR, which is this thing here that I actually use. And we have the volatility indicators, which is the main situation of this. All right, so that's this area here on the top. Am I going to get this right? No, that's our trend. This is the volatility tool indicator. And red doesn't mean sell, it just means expansion and volatility. Green means contracting and volatility, and these are the rules. All right, so this is green, contracting. This little white line is programmed to that little green line there, and that's going to tell me this is in positive drift. This gray area here is programmed to that column, and if volatility is contracting, was positively correlated, but it is losing correlation, but we'll keep it simple for now. Then you have contracting volatility was positively correlated equals negative drift. All right, so that means small candles down or small candles up. A very easy example would be just in rules to see here. Volatility expanding, what does the asset do? Volatility expanding, all right, bang, increases and still holds it until it pretty much moves into a contraction phase. Whilst in the positive, that's negative drift, and that gets you out. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a safe day trading XRP. There are some mad targets to be had to the upside. I don't know if it's going to be news driven, but judging by the 90-day, I don't know what more news you can say about XRP. All right, and 90 days should actually give it the legs to at least try push up into these $1.50 regions, $1.30 regions, at least here at a $1. Much power. Stay fucking wow. African Crypto Warlord out.